I'm excited to be here today. And I don't know if you remember, but last month, Karen Hoffman and Kathy Sexton both referenced the importance of execution in their presentations. And I have to confess to this group, I am an execution junkie. For those of you who know me, you already know that. But being good at executing can be complicated. So I'm making every effort today to give you a simple 3-step starting point. So just to refresh everyone, during my 50-year career, I worked in a dozen different leadership roles with some amazing mentors. Jack Ryan, my first boss, told me that nothing is really new. Of course, I was trying to present like everything was new, but he said, it's not really new. And that most everything about managing and leading has already been done in one way or the other. And that if I really wanted to be successful, I would build on what has already been done, always making a better widget out. So by systematically fine-tuning what is most effective, I've been able to develop a handful of proven execution methods. Today, I'm sharing my proven methods that help me and my clients get more stuff done faster and better with less stress. So you can build on them as well. So we begin by accepting responsibility for our results. Simply put, our own thoughts, attitudes, habits, and behaviors determine our results. The lowest and slowest results are achieved when we react in a random way. Who feels like too much of your time, effort, and energy is consumed by reacting in a random manner? You can answer that question for yourself. So let's look at a better choice than random. My 3-step process to improve results and get stuff done faster and better with less stress includes 1, managing my own priorities, 2, helping others get their own effective results, and 3, creating an environment that thrives on accountability. Step 1 in the process is focused on how we systematically manage our personal priorities. It's critical that we begin the priority setting process with the end in mind. What I like to do is imagine what a good outcome looks like in the planning step. My process for managing personal priorities and get desired results is step number 1, plan. Step number 2, organize. Step number 3, prioritize. And step number 4, complete. I develop an Excel spreadsheet with the actions to be taken, the person responsible to complete the action, the timetable for completion, and the method for review and completion. When I'm working with a client, I simply educate the client to first decide on their objective and then rinse and repeat my proven 4-step plan, organize, prioritize, and complete process with a new Excel spreadsheet in a collaborative author and editor roles. In the execution mindset is how we get the work done through our team in a systematic way, step 2. But how many times do you find yourself flying solo, not admitting that you need help, and are better off enlisting the active support of others with a fresh perspective? I have learned that priorities get accomplished faster and better when I systematically, A, set clear expectations, B, inspect what I expect, and C, provide for consequences, positive or negative, for the behaviors. When I am clear on what I expect to be accomplished, follow through, and hold people accountable, and recognize people for their progress or the lack of progress, I set the stage for providing a predictable, results-oriented environment. So whether you work with employees or independent contractors, accepting responsibility for our actions, avoiding pointing fingers at someone else, or finding fault with others is the cornerstone of a culture that thrives on accountability. How often do you find yourself making excuses or blaming others for your circumstances and your results? Accountability is defined as a personal choice to rise above one's circumstances and demonstrate the ownership necessary for achieving desired results. Accountability works best when people share ownership for circumstances and results. Individual and organizational results of people improve dramatically when people overcome the deceptive traps of the victim cycle and take steps to accountability. In the Oz principles, Getting Results Through Individual and Organizational Accountability, the authors Connors, Smith, and Hickman outline the importance and give us a guide of how to create an accountability culture and defines the accountability process. The authors call behaviors that are unacceptable when it comes to accountability below the line. We fall into a victim cycle, playing the blame game, finding fault, and making excuses. Characteristics of below the line behaviors are being in denial. It's not my job. Pointing fingers and confusion. There is an illusion of safety in staying below the line. We fail to see reality, choosing to ignore, refuse to deal with the things we dislike or things where we have to take people on and confront them. Even the most accountable people get stuck from time to time below the line. But how do we stay above the line? The universally acceptable steps to accountability are: see it, own it, solve it, and do it. Step one is to recognize that it requires courage to see the reality of our situation, no matter how unpleasant or how unfair the reality may seem. Without such acknowledgement, we can never expect to respond to our reality effectively. Secondly, it requires real heart to make the tie between our own actions and the results we are getting, particularly when the results we are getting are not what we want. The third step is to recognize and accept the solve it attitude and behavior stems from asking the question, what else can I do to achieve the desired results? Fourth, to finish, doing the things I say I'll do, measuring my progress towards achieving the intended result. The power of individual accountability is to move and keep your behavior above the line. When everyone is accountable for achieving organizational results and not just doing his or her job, right things tend to happen. When people make a direct connection between their job and the organization's desired results, they become highly motivated. But it all hinges on getting people to work on the right things and to know why they are doing what they are doing at every level of the organization. When we fully engage in the execution mindset, we move from being relentlessly busy to becoming productive. Using the right tools, only accepting things done correctly, being humble, and using the right resources, doing things well and fast, and always striving for improvement. When people become productive, they see below the surface persistence, dedication, hard work, disappointments, and sacrifices that truly make the difference. So are you ready to accept responsibility for your future, to obtain the outcomes that you are seeking? When you're ready to create an execution mindset, just follow these 3 simple steps. 1, manage your personal priorities. 2, work through others, surrounding yourself with talent. And 3, create an environment where people are accountable. When you create an execution mindset, you will see immediate results. Thank you so much.